Hi, how is everyone today?
Good, thanks.
Excellent. I'm just going to give you this handout. Now, this is a copy of the conduct we expect from this meeting today. I'll invite you to read over those ground rules before we get started. Now, we'll just do some preliminary checks. Has everyone got a copy of the agenda today?
Yep.
Yeah. It's a copy of the agenda. And you've got a copy of the agenda as well. Brilliant. Okay, now does everyone have a copy of the minutes, meeting minutes from the last team meeting held on the 21st of February? Excellent. Okay, now I believe that there is an amendment to be made. If you could all just find 1.8, there was a misspelling in my last name where it says Water instead of Walker. I will confirm that my name is Walker and it is spelled Walker. If you're happy to approve that, so am I.
Yep.
Ethan?
Yep.
Excellent. Okay, so everyone's happy with that and we'll move on? Okay, so I'll just go over some of the confidentiality requirements for today's meeting. If you go to the last page of the second page of the agenda, sorry, you'll see that there's a disclaimer. Now, today's meeting is going to be recorded. What that simply means, according to the Spectra Products Policies and Procedures, is that if you are present in today's meeting, you give your consent to be recorded.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Now, confidentiality requirement. This is a meeting of Spectra Products. Therefore, nothing should be discussed outside the meeting with people not present in the meeting. We don't want to see Joe Blow mentioned that they're starting a new onboarding process, being our rival company, and for that discussion to take place. Okay, so I have with me today the meeting notice template. I also have my meeting agenda and a copy of the invitation that went out to all staff in case they would like to attend and gain the information from today's meeting. Now, I guess I'll just go over a few things. Now, also on page 2, it does list if you have an issue with anything that's brought up in today's meeting, you felt that something wasn't properly addressed, you can contact your manager, Ken Tong. His details are listed there, 0734567891, and his email. If you feel that you can't discuss the issue with the Executive Director, Ken Tong, you can contact the Human Rights Commission, and their number 1800-456-789, and their email is listed there as well, humanrights@gov.com.au. Now, a point of order can be raised if you feel that someone is steering the meeting in the wrong direction. Feel free to raise your hand, and me, be the chair, Kate Walker, I'll address that the best way that I can.
No worries.
Excellent. Now, I'd just like to welcome you both to today's meeting. We do have an apology from Tim. His wife went into labour this morning, so Tim won't be with us today. And we'll make sure, I believe, Ethan, you're the minute taker. I'll just give you this minute taking template. If you could ensure that the minutes are forwarded to Tim today so he knows what's happened in his absence. Okay, now I'll just get a little bit of instruction. The minutes are to be recorded in action minute taking format. That's all right with you, Heath?
Yep.
Excellent. Okay, so we'll start today's meeting. So I have a little bit of a presentation today. We've implemented a new process. It's called the onboarding process. So basically, I'll start the presentation and that'll go over a little bit, and we'll make time for question and answer at the end. Okay, so welcome to the presentation. Now, slide 2, I'm not going to expect you, I'm not actually going to go through this word for word. Basically, I have an issue here. Seems I can't get to the next slide. Oh no. It's definitely the forward button there. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I'll just give you a little bit of, a couple of sentences about what this slide's about. So basically, at Spectra Products, we've discovered that our turnover rate is exceptionally high. Last financial year, we've had 750 people quit their job at Spectra Products. Now, we've identified the reasons through various research means available to us as the causes being ineffective onboarding, people unsatisfied with their work environment, career development options, work-life balance, and feedback mechanisms. So, the feedback people are getting about their performance from their managers. Okay, so similar industries, the Australian Consumer Experience Professional Association has found similar issues, and we've come up with an effective solution, or what we feel is an effective solution, and that's onboarding. The onboarding procedure is a step-by-step set of instructions for performing new hire instructions to achieve an intended outcome. Okay, so with that, I'll just slip to the next slide. Oh, brilliant. Thanks so much for that. Okay, so that's that one, just a little bit larger of a version. Okay, so I'll just give you an overview of how people are hired. So the executive director receives a request or puts in a request that goes to your area manager. Then they advertise a position. They find a suitable person, they accept the position. Information goes to your HR manager, who sends it back to both those people once it's approved. The HR manager forwards information, like I said, back to those two people. So from your area manager, it goes to your local office manager, if you have one, and then it's handed down to your senior business administration officer and your administration team. Okay, so what is onboarding? The onboarding process starts from when you first offer the new employee the job. The process is about familiarising the employee with your team and business culture, helping them understand their role and what is required of them, helping them fit in socially and professionally. Okay, we want better. Oh my gosh, I've just remembered. Did anybody want to add anything to the topics of discussion for today?
When would you implement this? When would you implement the onboarding process?
Okay, Tom, we'll actually get to that. It's just a little bit further down. Let me know if I miss you. Okay, so what do we want from the onboarding process? We want better. So we obviously have an induction process as it is. People start new roles in the workforce all the time, but we want to improve it. So the managers have actually sat down and done a similar thing to what we're doing today, and they've come up with solutions such as pre-filling as much as the paperwork as they can, so including the person's name, address, details before it comes through to administration for signature. Having a usual start time for employees, so that's business hours, 8:30. Everyone's already at work, there's no 6 a.m. starts. Monthly check-in from the manager for the first 3 months, specifically to see if there are ways that we can help, and the introduction of a $500 budget to prepare a welcoming ceremony per new employee, and that cannot be spent on alcohol. So that might be like, you might want to have a Monday night dinner, the office staff and the new employee. You might want to set up a barbecue on the weekend. that type of thing. So we're looking at really retaining these people. The new employees, of those 750, the average stay rate was 3 months. Now, the average pay rate for a person at Spectra Products is $140,000 per year. That means that we spend $35,000 with the process where people don't decide that they want to stay with us. So we're actually looking at how we keep these people here. So what we aim to do is make them feel welcome. What we want from the people responsible for the onboarding process, things like when they arrive, your name badge arrived last Friday. It's being planned, it's being organised for these people. It's having their stuff ready to know that they're welcome, we've thought about them. We will get your photo for your ID today. That can't be done till the first day due to confidentiality requirements, security requirements, and such forth. We have added you to our monthly barbecue invitee list. I have printed our code of conduct for you to peruse through. Jeans are not welcome at work. Letting them know what our culture is, what we do accept and what we don't. Marge is great at listening to people. If you feel like you need to talk to someone, she is also our first aid mental health advocate. Outside programs that you might be interested can be found, and let them know where to find these programs.
Yes,
that might be of
I
some
have checked that out actually myself.
And what do you think of it?
Yeah, I think it's a great incentive.
Yeah, so do I. It's a great little place. There's grants and public funding and innovation programs, that type of thing. Okay, so what are our aims? Basically, just what I've been over. We want to be able to sufficiently provide the new starter with enough resources for them to be comfortable. They're here for a lifetime. We want them to be able to find the stationery by the stationery by week 2. We want them to know how to go about asking for stationery to be ordered for them.
Feel comfortable.
When's the best time to catch someone for a conversation? Can they locate all the policies and procedures that they need to perform their job correctly? We don't want you to forget to put them on the barbecue list. It can actually resonate as a form of discrimination. We want them to have a clear understanding of of us in a professional sense. How we dress, how we conduct ourselves, what our protocols are, what our work culture attitude is, what our policies to confidentiality are. We want them to feel that they can fit within our company culture. Our employees are our best representatives for this. Sharing after hours numbers and providing contact information with their name and details included. And I'm not talking so you can hook up for after hours drinks. This is in case the building just catches on fire. Yep. And they're driving past, they see it, who do they call?
Sense.
A truck collides to the side of the building. What's the procedure? What's the process? That type of thing. Okay, so I just want you to remember the last time you started a job. I won't go through all of these questions, but I'll just give you 30 seconds to have a read through them and a little bit of reminisce. What were your feelings after the first week? Did anyone check in with you? How did you find your induction process? Did you notice enthusiasm or lack of performance? Was your induction sufficient for you to be comfortable in your job? Okay, I've changed my mind. I'll take some examples. What did you think?
Probably was feeling a bit nervous actually. I did have someone meet me on time. The instructions were clearly explained, but then I was left to find my feet a bit after. Probably could do with some follow through actually after the first few days. Would have been helpful.
So that's the checkups, making sure that you're able to find the information that you need.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent, Carmen. What about you, E?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, I met on time. Everything was explained clearly. All the rest, yeah.
Did you feel comfortable enough to stay in the position?
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent. Can I ask why you're not still there?
Yeah.
All right. we'll just note that Spectra products had better offerments, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on to the next slide. So I've prepared this a little video that I found on YouTube that explains the difference between good onboarding and bad onboarding succinctly.
I'm your manager. Are you sure it's today that you started? Till next week? Yeah, pretty sure it is. It says so in the form. Hey, Georgina.
Hi.
Go ahead.
Good, thank you.
Excited for your first day?
Yeah, can't wait.
Have you had a coffee?
No, no, thank you.
Let's go. Alright, so we've got your desktop being set up. Yeah, nice and cozy in here. Okay, so this will be your office.
Yep.
Take a seat.
Okay.
So you've got your laptop sorted, and you mentioned you like plans. We got your little one.
Thank you.
Separate monitor, phone, all this sort of stuff, and the onboarding is automated online, so it should take you 5 to 10 minutes. So I'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'll introduce you to the rest of the team.
Brilliant, thanks.
All right, so we've got the form. Got the form for you to fill out. Fill those out and give back to your HR. Look, just fill them out, and I'll come back. All right. Okay, so this is our performance management system. In there will be all your objectives and measures, development plan, all that sort of stuff. So there's like lots of automated reminders and statuses, and whenever we have a catch up or one-on-one, there'll be notes in there so you can remind yourself, okay, that's what we talked about last week. And we'll do those maybe 5 to 10 minutes every week. Hey, how'd you go with the forms? Yeah, actually, just still going out. Yeah, okay, cool, no worries. I'm just going to head out to lunch, keep filling them out, and I'll come back and I'll check in you later. Alright, cool. Hey? Yeah, I'm coming down now. Right, seems good. We still going for that night? Hey Jenny, how you going?
Hi, yeah, good, I'm done.
Okay, great. I hope you haven't brought lunch because we're going to take you out.
Oh, no, I haven't actually said it yet.
Yeah, great. So all the team will go out and get some food.
Oh, brilliant, yeah. Okay.
Let's go.
What are your immediate thoughts on that video?
You can definitely see which workplace has the best onboarding procedures.
And did you recognise how it made the new employees feel at the end?
Yeah.
Someone had the best
I
day ever, and someone had the worst.
don't think that man's going to last long at his job there.
Didn't look like it, did it? Okay, so now I'm just going to go over, you know, obviously it's going to take a little bit of time from the administration staff who perform the onboarding process. Now, it's not a 38-hour-a-week thing. We do understand it might be a little bit more strenuous the first couple of days. So we've devised ways that we're going to be able to help you out. So we're not expecting administration to stop their work. Now, your managers have had a meeting similar to this, and they've made allowances for the admin staff during these periods. Now, this involves things such as getting your calls diverted, clearing up your schedule, letting the other people in the office know what's happening for you. Now, they'll phone you. Every time there's a new employee to be onboarded, you'll get a call from your manager who will go over this and ask for ways that they can help you with your schedule and the work that you have on to accommodate onboarding. There will be a section added to your weekly team meeting for you to discuss the onboarding process, any issues that you have, things that you're not sure about with your area manager.
That'll be
Now,
helpful.
excellent. Now, I'll just make one thing clear. This is not open for negotiation. These directives have come down from the executive directors. They will be implemented and will be enforced. Okay, so just some do's and don'ts. Do be confident in the process beforehand. Do make yourself available for assistance should they need help. Do smile and be positive. It's about putting your best bet forward and making a great impression, one of yourself and two of the company. Do advise them that it really is preferred that they take their 15-minute breaks because they won't get paid for them if they don't. And advise them on such things that it is mandatory, you all know that, to take your 1 hour lunch break. I won't go through them all due to time limits today, but we'll just touch base on a few of the do's and do nots. So a couple of the do nots. Do not be late when you are expected to greet someone on their first day. I don't want to see you running from your car, doing your hair, adjusting your shirt, apologising that you haven't had the time to get the stuff organised, because you do. If you think your car's going to break down on the way to work, organise to get a cab. Don't smell of smoke or alcohol or overpower them with perfume. Don't tell them stories of bad company events. George had stuck in 3 drinks to the 3-drink limit barbecue and couldn't walk on his way home. Just such simple like that. We don't want that kind of behaviour. That's why there's a 3-drink limit in the first place. Do not convey incorrect information. If you're not sure about a policy procedure and they need to know, please check the facts before you let them know. Okay, so the process now involves allowing 3 months for the onboarding process instead of the first 2 days. There will be topic added to the customer service team meeting, like I've discussed with you. There will be surveys to evaluate the process. So every time there's a new employee, we will send them a survey to evaluate the process. That includes the administration staff's performance during the onboarding process. Review of your conduct will be added to your performance review as they are held, whether that be 3 monthly, 6 monthly, or every 12 months. Now, HR have created a new onboarding training video, as well as an onboarding tab on the internet. You know how it goes, policies, procedures, buildings, HR, all the information that you need to know.
Yep.
So if you click on the HR tab, go down to about the 3rd one, you'll see there's a new onboarding, and that contains a whole heap of information about the onboarding process.
Okay.
So the training will roll out with the mandatory training, that is, so like your building emergency procedures and that type of thing. You should get a notification first thing Monday morning when this process rolls out. Almost forgot your card. So the process will roll out on Monday. You should receive a notification to complete your training. The training will take 4 hours.
Okay.
Now, we give that training to you online so that you have time to fathom through the new information.
And that'll be within work hours?
It is in work hours, yes. And have a think about any questions that you need to raise with your area manager in your team meeting. It allows us to measure your progress as well and facilitate the development of our staff. It also permits us to, gather valuable data for future endeavours. So next, so who do you need to contact if you need help? First person that you should contact is your manager.
Yep.
The HR department also has a dedicated onboarding phone line. So any issues that you have, you can just jump on the phone, go straight through to them. That's their phone number there. email hr onboarding@spectraproducts.com.au and someone will be in contact with you within the next 2 hours. Okay, so I'll now open the floor for a question and answer. Does anybody have any questions?
No, I think mine have all been answered. Thank you.
Oh,
That
wow.
was very well delivered.
Oh, excellent, Colin. I'm glad you're happy with the process. Okay, so if no one has any questions and answers, I'll just give a brief summary for Ethan, who's the minute taker over there. So today we've discussed the new onboarding process at Spectra Products. We've gone over information such as the aims of the process, how it's going to be implemented, the process of review, and who you need to contact if you have any queries.
Yep.
Excellent. And with that, I will bring today's new onboarding information meeting to a close. And I look forward to hearing from you in the future.
Thank you.
Good.